What's up, brother?
So here we are in our new studio. Shout out to the recording equipment we have now to record us on video. We're still working with our sound a little bit. Our producer Kate is off doing cool Kate things. She's out dancing with her dance group. Shout out Kate. Good luck today. So she'll be back hopefully to do our sound a little bit better. But for now it's just Ben and myself.
What's up, everybody?
All right, here we are. Episode 2. The man in the mirror. Who are you when no one's watching?
I was thinking about this question as I was leaving the gym just, what was it? Like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, I actually don't really know who I am when no one's watching. I feel like I'm always operating from a place of myself.
Sure. Yeah. This is more of like your habits, right? Like, what are you doing privately that shapes you publicly, or what are you saying you're doing privately that shapes you publicly, right? Like, I know everybody likes to pretend they're, spiritually enlightened, fucking doing yoga, all this extra shit. But also, right, like, I feel like your private person should match your public person to a certain degree.
Absolutely.
So, yes and no. What are some habits that kind of shape Ben?
I love to cook.
Yeah.
So much.
Can relate.
So much. Oftentimes I find myself, I'll be going through the grocery store and I will be thinking of all of these different things that I can create and like recipes that I can try. So I cook a lot when I'm alone. When late at night, I would say that probably my worst eating habits come out. Right?
Let's go.
So I have this bag of Doritos that's in my house that probably has like 20 different types of chips in it because I'll eat like the majority of the bag and then just dump them all into this giant family-sized Doritos bag.
Damn, dude. Let's
serious.
go. No shame, no judgment. We listen and we don't judge, right? Dude, coaching people in nutrition for many years now and kind of like coaching myself every day. The biggest thing that I found that's going to keep me from doing that is just literally not having it in the fucking house.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's hard though.
I tell people all the time to eat right, and like 9 times out of 10, I'm on my shit. Last night, not so much. Right at the wedding.
Oh yeah.
I think I had like 5 of those like dessert bars. Shout out Heather and Andrew. Those bars were phenomenal. And then today I had McDonald's, right? So like I can't judge. Yeah, let's go. So like I can't judge you. Also, this is how long it's been since I've been to McDonald's. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get their grilled chicken sandwich, right? Pull up, nothing, no grilled chicken.
There's no more grilled chickens?
Nah, dude. There's like the snack wrap, but again, it's breaded and fried, right? Like, but yeah, dude, circle back around. All right, I just try not to keep any of that stuff in my house, right? Like I feel like that is going to set me up more for success, right? Like, Jamie's got his snacks, Eliza has hers. I'm not really that big of a, like, junk snacker, right? Like, last night after eating all that sugar, I felt like shit, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I felt terrible. But yeah, what are some other habits, dude, right? What are some other things that shape Ben, right? Like, from what I get to see through your, like, public persona, and you're a solid dude, right? Like, you're very kind to people. You embody like leadership. You're a good man, right? Like people listen when you speak. All habits or all qualities that most men look for. So what shapes that for you?
There are the thing that I wanted to present to everybody was the habits that I look at myself and I'm like, I need to work on that. So the first couple that come to mind are procrastination.
Sure.
Like I am a habitual procrastinator when it comes to important things.
Okay.
I would say time management, or not understanding the value of my time as much as I in moments I will understand like the finite nature of life and be like, oh shit, I need to be doing more than what I'm doing right now. And then I step back and I look at it and I'm like, I'm doing so many things. Like I journal, I I cook for myself, I make music, I exercise super diligently, I'm going to school, I'm creating a roofing business, I am a trainer, I work in a space that helps people that are in recovery. Like, I do so many things that I don't really see in myself sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I hear about them from other people, and I think it's really hard for me to actually look at that and be like, yeah, you're doing great, or like feel proud of myself constantly. Like, I don't experience a constant state of proudness in myself, or like I do experience bundles of gratitude, right, all the time in little ways, especially like super simple things, like I can walk into the door of my own house.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit, dude, that was something that I didn't think that I was going to be able to experience from the place that I had once been.
Sure.
And so big one that I see in myself that I wish I could change or that I'm working on changing, I should say, is procrastination.
Yeah. Okay.
Trying to think. Anger.
Anger.
Anger's a big thing for me, especially in relationship to like a partner. That has been one thing that's like, it's a bad habit.
Yeah.
A lot of childhood trauma surrounding it, I guess. Control issues.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah. Let's go. Let's dig.
Needing to be right.
Yeah.
Stubbornness.
I can relate to that, dude.
Ego, of course, and jealousy and envy. Those emotions creep up in me quite often in relation to anger.
Okay.
It's fear.
Yeah. Anger's all fear-based.
Rooted in fear.
Yeah. Dude, so what I want to do, cool, I wouldn't expect it to go this way, but now we're gonna fucking hop in this car and we're gonna drive
first.
But I'm gonna circle around to the kind of stuff that I do that makes me who I am, and then there's two things that I want to touch on, and we're gonna come back. One was anger and it being fear-based. Love it. Number two, oh man, I'm drawing a blank. You were saying, man, that's gonna bug me now. I'm sorry, guys. I should have wrote.
It's okay. Keep going. We'll circle back.
Yeah, I like the anger piece. I want to talk on that. But yeah, like things that shape who the public gets to see. Right. For me, I try to be extremely compassionate, right, for those around me. And when I find that I'm not being compassionate, it's because I see something in them that I also see in myself. Right. But I'm very fitness oriented, right? I like working out. I like eating. I love cooking for my family. I actually just really got back into praying too. Like actual prayer, not asking for too much, right? Like I ask for safety for the people that I care about, and for the guidance to help make this world a better place and do my small part. But a lot of gratitude with the prayer too. All the things I'm grateful for that I've been given. I love meditation and stretching, right? Like I think those things kind of keep me calm and keep me in that level-headed space that I need to be. I don't always do it perfect though. Like I'm definitely not walking around doing life perfect every day, or not having stress or anger or whatever might be plaguing me that day. But yeah, dude, I mean, I try to keep it simple, right? The more simple I keep my so-called like self-care into my private life, the easier it is for me to translate it into my public life. Right?
Absolutely.
Like I can't lead two different lives and expect to be able to keep them in a solid line and show up the same way I am. Right? Like I gotta be fully transparent with what I do. But yeah, let's segue now, dude. I want to talk about anger and how it's fear-based and how you're working on anger. And I'm sure most people that are listening to this podcast experience anger almost daily. And then, if you do have a partner, right, like I feel like being angry with your partner kind of hits a little bit different than like a stranger.
Yeah.
But that's definitely what I want to dive in. Let's go for it, dude.
For sure. I would like to touch on how important it is to have simplicity in your spare time. When you are at home or when you are in your place of rest, how important it is to let go of all of the outside stuff and like just be in your space and relax and chill. It's so important. So important. Question about anger. How do I deal with anger as it comes up or bubbles up to the surface in me? Exercise has been a huge outlet for my anger. Massive outlet. Like I think a lot of the propulsion that I have experienced in relation to my exercise has been fueled by like this need to move through this super strong emotion that I don't know how to cope with properly.
Yeah.
Or like I know tons of ways that I can cope with it, but I choose into exercising because it's so like it's just that visceral blood pumping, like I get to go as hard as I want to, as fast as I want to, as heavy as I want to.
Yeah.
And like I'm bulldozing through my problems, it feels like, and after I get done with that exercise, like the sweat comes out and I can feel my breath, I can feel my heartbeat. Like there's just so many. Exercise has been a fundamental way for me to release, or I guess as a lot of people would say, alchemize that anger.
Yeah.
Journaling is phenomenal. I have written myself into a place where I'm able to look at all the things that I'm experiencing, write them down, and I've wrote some pretty crazy shit.
Yeah. What do you do with it after you write it down?
It just stays in my notebook. Sometimes I've been sharing it on social media, like my Facebook.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and it's usually more. It's not as personal stuff. It's more of like a, I'm not going to be sharing
my. You can't be like blasting your 3 a.m. thoughts on Facebook.
Diary on there.
Yeah. People are like, "Hey, see you next day." At the gym. Hey Ben, you all right? Yeah, I'm good, dude. That was like 6 months ago. Where I was at, right? Yeah, you've been sharing them, dude. One thing I found with journaling, because I used to be a huge journaler. Not so much anymore, right? Not that it doesn't work. I just, I've allocated my time elsewhere doing, things with, waking up early to work out and being ready for Jamie. But
right, you're a father now, man. That's
hell yeah, dude.
Priority.
With he's Jamie, dude. He's awesome. But yeah, so what I used to do when I journal, when it was like particularly tough entry, I don't like calling it a tough time, right, in my life. It was a time I was there, I learned, or I didn't. But for whatever tough entry I'd written, I would rip it out and burn it, right? I feel like for me, it just cleansed whatever I was going through at the time. It made it a lot easier to let that go.
The release.
Yeah. Instead of it like, because even me putting pen on paper is still some sort of energy that I'm putting out of myself, but into something else. But if I purge that, right, like I feel like that energy, those feelings, those emotions are gone to a sense, right? Like it helped me. I remember I was journaling when one of my best friends died, and I took the whole, because that journal got kind of dark, right? Like it was really, really good. Like I was using it as a tool to help with recovery and whatnot, and it just got dark for a couple months. And I remember coming out of that and looking at it like, this probably shouldn't see the light of day, right? Like a lot of guilt, a lot of self-doubt, a lot of stuff that just doesn't need to be out in the world, or that I need to reflect on, right? So I burned it, and ever since then, like I started burning tough entries.
I like that. I've often found, so I was actually going through all of my notebooks. What was it yesterday? I was going through all of my old notebooks yesterday because I actually just purchased a super small basic studio setup for my room, so that I can like record music when I get the inspiration, right? Because I'm in my room, I try to not turn on the TV as much as possible and do productive things.
Yeah.
I'm probably in like 7 freaking books right now, and you know what I mean? Dude. Just like I feel like I'm a little scattered with my creativity, which isn't a bad thing, right?
Yeah.
I'd rather be in 7 books than none. Getting halfway. But anyway, having that space where I can outlet the stuff that's going on in my life has been so essential, and productive, right?
Mhm.
It's productive rather than destructive. Like, I think back to when I was, oh gosh, when I was an adolescent from like 13 to 18. This is before I had found hard drugs,
Sure.
street drugs and
Yeah, yeah.
shit. And I spent my time playing video games, smoking weed, you know, chasing girls, not doing homework, fucking around at school.
Yeah.
Sorry for swearing, y'all. And
That's okay. I've marked our content as explicit.
oh, good, good. So we can swear.
Oh yeah,
But I don't want to turn up the intensity on that.
For sure.
It detracts. But really wasting my time
Mhm.
and wasting my life, especially the most crucial learning phases
Yeah.
of life that you can possibly have.
a lot of weed, a lot of fucking around, a lot of
fucking
video
around.
games. And you were what, 13 to 18
13 to 17.
to 17? I don't know, dude. I feel like, and this is gonna sound shitty. I feel like dude. You know what? I can't say it because that's not the common like teenage experience, right? Like, cause I moved out here, and like my hometown, like everybody was kind of getting fucked up around that time, or using or whatever. Not hard drugs, right? But I don't know, dude. I feel like my small town that was the norm. Like, you went to school, you partied, blah blah blah, went to the football games or lacrosse or whatever sport was playing that night, and then everybody partied, and then you went back to school on Monday.
Right.
Yeah, all the roads are leading to where we ended up. at
Right.
this point,
Right.
So, with the anger piece,
Mm.
right? Because I don't think we even touched it at this
No,
point.
no,
What,
it's super surface.
What's something that makes you angry in a relationship? I mean, you don't have to dive too deep, right? We all always have personal relationships, but let's do our top two. You do your top two, I'll do my top two, and it'll be a good time.
Okay, it depends on the relationship. So,
Sure.
I will go with probably the two that affect people the most, which
Sure.
is like family and intimate relationship. Intimate relationship, lack of transparency.
Okay, Yeah.
So poor communication is
there we go.
it infuriates me.
Okay,
So I'm a very pointed person, and I will be very upfront, direct,
yeah,
and blunt to a fault at times, and so I expect, right,
mm-hmm.
that same thing in return, like super transparent, honest communication.
Mm.
So if I experience there to be like some sort of deceit, or like navigating speech as like some sort of tool to manipulate or lie, like I get super infuriated
Yeah,
and mad at that.
I like how you use that word expect.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Because it's always an
expect.
expectation, right?
Yeah,
I've learned about that. Like, there's nuance with intimate relationships, and it's like it's a dance.
Yeah.
Right. With family. And this is definitely stemmed from trauma, but dependability. Like, if I can't depend on you,
Sure.
or like it hurts me bad,
Okay. Yeah.
really bad. So it turns into anger.
Your family?
Oh yeah, my family specifically, but
Yeah, okay.
I would bet that translates to everybody. If you can't
Yeah.
your situation as well,
Yeah.
you know, if you can't depend on them, like,
No, I agree. I 100% agree, dude. And I'll just piggyback on that. I don't really depend on a lot of people.
Right.
And I kind of pride myself on that. Granted, the relationships that I can depend on now have been rebuilt and, and also built from scratch, right? The new ones and the old ones.
mm-hmm.
But there's like a sense of pride almost to I don't necessarily depend on anyone, but I'd like to have people there that if I do need help, I can ask.
Right.
My day's not going to depend on what anyone really does. Well, except Jamie, right? Like how his day went. But I like being able to depend on myself, dude. But also having that outlet to where if I do need the help, I can ask people for that.
Right. And that's that healthy masculine that we were talking about in episode 1,
Yeah.
where it's like we do take that sense of pride in
Mhm.
like being able to do all of the things ourselves.
Oh yeah, I mean, I know I'm wildly capable to do everything that I need to do kind of on my own, but I'm also not delusional enough to think that I have to.
Right.
Right, and those are lessons that I continuously learn. I'll continuously learn them until the end of my day. Dude, my top two that made me angry. Yeah, we'll go relationships. Dude, it's so stupid. Yours are so deep. Mine.
It's okay.
But like, I think Eliza and I are to a point now where like we went through enough big shit to know how to navigate big stuff together. It's small things like whatever, leaving something in the sink, which I'm to my credit, I'm working on. Right, like Friday night we cooked, a bunch of dishes, and I was like, yeah, just leave this thing, I'll get it tomorrow, which I did do, and that is a big step for me because I'm so type A with stuff. Like, I'm to the point where I'm not gonna eat unless all the dishes are done.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm slowly trying to let that go. Yeah, dude. My number two that makes me the most angry in relationships, which honestly has not happened in a while, a long time, like deceit, just in general, right? Like even something small, right? Like, and Eliza and I are really good about being pretty honest with each other all the time, to the point where we're probably a little too honest, right? Like, and
getting under each other's skin.
Yeah. And on purpose most of the time. Right?
Dude, how did I know
on
that you were gonna
purpose
say on
most of the
purpose?
time, dude.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Honestly, dude, like I give her a lot of shit, but she's a trooper, dude. She grounded me. Right? Like, I was already in this like really good healing phase when I met her, but I was so rigid with my healing. You know what I mean? Like, everything was planned out when I meditate, when I everything so rigid. And she's loosey goosey. Right? Like, we'll figure it out type. And I'm like, nah, we gotta be here by like 6:50 because the whatever starts at 7:20, and I gotta be there early. But she gave me a lot of fluidity
Good.
in my
It's
life and in my healing. It was cool.
It's like, oh, you want to kiss? Let me put that on the calendar.
Yeah. And now that we're parents, that's kind of how it rocks, right? Like, now I was used to it being fluid. Now we're so, well, actually not so much now that Jamie's not a newborn. Toddler phase, dude. We have a schedule in mind that we love, and it never happens.
Of course.
Because if you don't have a toddler, or if you have a child right now, or a baby, or you're in your toddler phase, it's literally like arguing with a tiny you every day, but he's way more of a gangster. Right? Because like you can't really hurt his feelings like that. He can hurt mine easy. Right. And I'm just like, oh well, I'll cry in my car about it later. Right? Like yeah. All right, we'll circle back around to our original topic, right? Who are you when no one's watching? And when I originally was thinking of this concept, what I was thinking of is, do you act the same way in public as you would in private?
Yes.
Yeah, 100%. Every way you possibly can. There we go. There's the doubt.
I mean, well, look, like, I'm not chilling in my bed, like out in public. So when I'm in my bed, I'm chilling.
Yeah.
Right. I'm relaxed as I possibly can be. I would say the thing that I look at most, historically, like, I think pornography was a big problem for me.
Yeah.
Scrolling recently has become a big problem for me.
Dude, I think that's everybody's problem. Right?
Social media overuse and not using it for the right things.
Yep.
Definitely eating unhealthy foods, the procrastination, and have you ever stewed on something?
Yeah, dude.
Like where
that's one of my issues.
Where you just like sit there and you're like replaying the shit.
Yeah.
A tape of some sort over and over and over again, and you can't stop it. It's like you try and distract yourself with all the things like exercise or like hanging out with your friends, but this thing just is is constantly repeating itself over and over. The thought train won't stop, and it's incessive, and it like fuels that. It fuels procrastination. It also fuels anger.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, depending on the thing, because there's different stuff. Like me stressing over a test or something in school.
Yeah.
It's like healthy stress, right? Because like I'll do something about it, and I'll study, and but if it's like something that's out of my control, especially like a resentment of another person,
sure, that's
where that thought train can turn into that anger. I'm trying to think. Since getting sober, the things that I do in private have been the same things that I do when I'm in public, though. Like, other than like the stuff that I just listed, like, because I'm not gonna do some weird shit in public.
Sure, dude. Don't judge me. Listen, we don't judge. Dude, I feel like, ever since, I joined the sober community and got sober myself and kind of stopped using like hard drugs as my coping mechanism. It made me learn to cope in healthy ways. What I do in private now is the same as I do publicly. Like how I act in private is the same way I'm going to act in public, almost 100%. Right. And I'm going to be completely transparent with this, right? Like almost 100%.
Almost.
Depending on the setting.
Right.
Like if I'm with the homies, right? And I'm going to say what I need to say try to always be from a place of compassion 9 times out of 10. At 10 out of 10, sometimes I just got to come out of my pocket and say what the fuck I got to say. But I feel like I'm genuinely me. I just give people different shades, right? Like if I'm at, my normal full-time job, I'm going to be about 60% of like what I can be just because of the setting and the demographic that I work with and trying to be as trauma informed as possible. If I'm with the homies, they're catching 90%.
Right.
And I'm going to tell them to fuck off if I need to. But like, with all due respect, I still love you.
Right.
I think that's kind of where you'll only get the difference from me, right? Like, and then if I'm here by myself, shit's getting weird. I'm having conversations with me and hanging out but yeah, dude, I think what I really was thinking about is that the different shades, right? Who are you when no one's watching? Also, like, if you're doing shady shit when no one's watching, but yet you're acting like you're a saint in public,
right?
I've always kind of thought about this. What do you think the mental load would be on you, right? If you were like Ben, that everybody's seeing this video here, like listening onto our podcast, right? They get this Ben. If you were not this Ben, this is probably not making any sense right now. If you weren't this Ben, you were another Ben outside of here, right? Like in your own private time, right? Like, how do you think the mental load would be? And I've always wondered how people handle that capacity, right? Where like they pretend to be a good person, but you just know they're not.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I honestly think it would crush me, right? Like trying to be something I'm not every day.
The word sickness comes to mind.
Sure.
Like physical, mental, spiritual sickness is the word that comes to my mind. And I lived in 90% deceit for so many years, and I was a shell of myself, shell of a human, in many ways, and was operating from this place of like lying, manipulation. What can I get from you? My relationships are only predicated on what I can receive from this person, never giving back. Constant drug use and constant denigrating behaviors. Yeah. There was never joy, and the word never might be a little harsh, but like when I look back on places that I have been in comparison to where I'm at now, like it flip-flopped.
Yeah.
Right? So that same 9 out of 10 that you
Sure.
were talking about, like when I'm alone, like I'm not over here scheming like how can I get this thing from this
Yeah.
person, or like what can I steal from fucking Walmart to keep myself warm tonight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So to answer the question, I think it's when you're operating from a place of wanting to grow and change in your own personal life, and maybe you have like slid down some sort of rabbit hole of like when you're by yourself, you're not operating from the same personhood that you display to other people. I imagine that there might be shame or guilt or like some sort of unmet need that's bringing that side of that person out, right?
Yeah.
And I would imagine it shows, you know, like you can tell,
Like cracks in the facade, so
right.
to speak, right? Like,
Right.
yeah, I agree with that. You know, what they say changes, right?
Right.
Like, you know, what they do stays the same, but what they say kind of changes.
Actions don't match the words.
Exactly. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. With all the things that you and I talked about that kind of make us who we are, what I like to use as a term when I'm outside of out of my habits that make me, you know, who I am, I like to call it drifting. Right? Like, and the way I think about that is like, I've set a course in a boat. I'm going from point A to point B.
Right.
Somewhere along the way, right, like I stopped to like feed some dolphins or some shit, and then all of a sudden there's a whale, right? So I'm not on A to B anymore. I'm off that trail. I like to call that drifting. And I'll tell you a few things that that make me drift, right? Staying up late. Yeah, like even though I know I gotta wake up early, staying up late. I'm like, you know what? I'll sacrifice this extra.
Yeah, you're scrolling too.
30 minutes. Dude, most of the time, no. Most of the time, I'm like trying to read. And I wish it was like watching TikTok. Most of the time, I'm like trying to read, or like I'm trying to catch up on something with Eliza, like give some extra time for us.
Yeah.
Staying up late.
It's a good reason to stay up late.
Yeah. I mean, last night we stayed up way too late. I woke up on top of the sugar and staying up late. We both woke up feeling pretty beat up.
A little grumpy.
Yeah, which shows like not how like straight edge we are, but kind of how much we prioritize like what we eat and how we
Disciplined.
sleep. Yeah.
Disciplined.
Good. Hold that works. That's where we're going with this.
Yeah, good.
With drift, right? Like, so not sleeping, eating like shit. And I'm not saying I have to do it 7 days, right? But like, I'm also the type that if I do it one day, I'm probably gonna put 3 with that.
Nicky D's.
Yeah. I don't ever really not work out, but sometimes I'll half-ass it.
Right.
Right. Like, so drift, right? So
no one's watching.
Exactly. So that definition of drift, right? I'm adrift off my course. What are some ways that you drift off of yours?
Women, for sure.
Oh, there we go.
Envy. So if I look at somebody and I want something that they have, right? And I know this now.
Yeah.
If I get jealous or envious, it's because somebody has something that I desire.
Sure.
Within myself.
Yeah.
Or either like a missing component that I have yet to achieve or experience from myself.
Yeah.
So money, send me adrift. Feeling entitled to respect from somebody or something. Oh gosh, drift. Stuff with my mom for sure. I drift a little bit. And piling too much. When I pile too much on my plate, I'm too scattered to focus on the things that are like most important in that moment, or for that day, or for that hour.
Yeah.
You know, and also the spinning. Just
you're getting pulled in too many directions to be able to go in the right direction to get any of them done. I feel that, dude. I be doing that all the time, I feel like.
Yeah.
And then I'll have to hit the brakes and be like, cool, let me let me narrow it down to most important to least important.
Right.
Or no, actually, what I do, it's not most important or least important because I see everything as super important.
Right.
I have to
I know,
do
me
something.
too. Me too.
What I'll do is what needs to be done today, what can be done in 2 days, what can I save for Friday,
Mhm.
right? So let's just say it's Monday, right? Like, cool. I already know what the fuck I got to do tomorrow for work, right? Like, I already have that checklist done. What can I have done by Wednesday? Cool. What can I have done by Friday? Love it, right? That's kind of how I structure what's important. Now it goes day to day, right? Like, and I try to get my whole checklist done. Cool. If I didn't get everything done on Monday, whatever I didn't get done goes to the top of Tuesday, unless it's time sensitive, like, you know, payroll or invoicing or something like that. Then I'm like, oh, well, I gotta put what I didn't finish yesterday on the back burner until I finish this very important thing because people like to get paid.
Right.
But yeah, dude, I just try to structure it differently, right? Like, getting pulled in 100 different directions is never fun. But I feel like that's kind of how I operate most days, to where I have to, like, tunnel vision what I need to do.
Well, that's how life is too, though. You know, as an adult, you are lifing every single day. You don't really get a day off. There is no days off.
Yeah,
as
I
an
agree.
adult, you know, you have brief periods of time where you can rest or relax.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a trajectory or a vision in mind of how you want your life to be, there's a good chance that you aren't resting as much as you need to, and there's a good chance that you are, the majority of the time, operating from that, like, habitual place where if you are alone, you're probably doing the same thing that you would be if someone was around.
Yeah, hell yeah. Life's a trip, dude.
Yeah.
Right, like, as much as we try to keep it organized, it's literally just pure chaos.
Right.
Like, that's what mostly life is. So, with drifting, right, like, drifting off course, what pulls you back on
Course
the course?
direction.
Yeah. What, like, brings you back? Cool, like, you know, I'm going true north now, following what I need to do.
Relationships.
Sure.
Friends.
Yeah. People calling you out on
Fuck
shit?
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm expressive by nature, and like, if I'm feeling some type of way, I just let people know, like, hey, I'm not good.
Yeah.
Like, I'm kind of pissed, or
Sure.
I'm sad, or I'm hurt, or I'm feeling like empty.
Yeah.
I don't have much to give right now. Like, I let people know that often, so that way, like, I'm being honest with myself. I'm being honest with my community, my friends, especially like leadership. Like, if I'm, you know, like when I'm working with you, it's pretty easy to see if I'm upset. You know what I mean, you can read me like a book, and it's like, are you okay? I'm alright.
Dude, that's the question I hate the most.
Right? Are you okay?
Yeah, because I'm gonna be like, yeah, and then people never be like, no.
It's a loaded question.
People are like, no, you're not. But I think that's the best loaded question you could ask when you're not okay. Because most of the people I know, you know, that know me, when they're like, you okay? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, no, you're not, dude.
Right, I can see it.
Or someone would be like, all right, when you're ready, just come chat with me.
Right.
I say that to people all the time. They're like, you know, I'll ask me, you okay? Yeah, I'm alright. All right, I'm like, cool. When you're ready, come chat.
I have seen I'm good. I've seen that kill people.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. I'm good, and then you just don't say anything.
Yep, and
Right,
it's
and you
every
just
single
keep-
day. Every single day, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. Just over and over again, and just like taking on this insurmountable load of stress and like life that you need to share with other people.
Yeah.
So people are the number one thing that like reel me back in.
Yeah, dude, circling right back to fucking episode 1. Here we go. I feel like this is gonna be a consistent thing, especially trying to reach our brothers. That alpha wolf shit, like, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I don't need help, dude. And like, I still work on that every day, right? Like, here we are on a podcast talking about trying to lead by example. Cool. My example is I still fucking work on that every day, right? Like, I still get reminded by my mentors every day, like, hey, if you need help, ask for it, right? Which is good, you know. I got a lot of good people around me, mentors and, you know, above, below, and beside me that are like, hey, dude, do you need help?
Right.
And if I do need the help, if I physically or mentally cannot hang, yeah, I need help. Or just most of the time, I don't even need the help. I just need to just have like a little bit of word vomit and like physically express my stress, and then I'm fucking clear. And I'm like, oh wait, let me get this done.
Right.
You know?
I think of, when I think of doing something myself, I relate it to the experiences that I have of like doing roofing by myself.
Oh,
It's
that's the worst.
hard,
That's
dude.
the worst, bro.
You ever try to do like a construction job by yourself? It's difficult, dude.
It's almost impossible, especially like roofing. Because let's say you don't.
Dude,
Let's say that pack of shingles just slides and it's all off, and you're right in the middle of a run. You're like, well, let me go down the ladder, get 2 bundles of shingles, just carry 80 pounds on one shoulder without this ladder tipping. Shout out to my dad, by the way, dude. He used to do that shit all the time.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if he's gonna listen to this episode, but dude, that's a strong man.
Let's go.
He's got hands like you. No offense, dude. But
no
like,
offense taken.
Good. He's got that, dude. His grip. I remember I used to fuck with him as a teenager. This is just wildly off topic, so I apologize.
I feel like it's perfectly on topic though.
He would yank me up by his working man hands, dude. Like, and I think I've got a strong grip. I don't have working man hands. Like, I work with weights for a living, and that's not a slight on
very
me
comparable.
either. But dude, he just had that grip on him. He would be like, yeah, like shake my hand, and he like actually taught me how to do like a solid grip with other men. Like, you're not trying to crush, but you just let motherfuckers know you're there at the same time, right? Like, and
I'm in this room.
Yeah, and I think all men can relate to that. Nothing I hate more than fucking a handshake up. My own, right? Like, when I go to shake someone's hand, you accidentally get their fingers, I'm like, fuck. Or they accidentally get yours because they, like, shot the gun too quick. But when you get that solid, just fucking handshake, dude, it gets me going. I love that shit.
Every time that I have an encounter with, like, I don't want to use the word weak, but, like, a flimsy handshake.
Ooh.
I'm like, hold on, like, let's
try this again.
Do that one more time, man, because it's important.
Yeah, dude. I mean, a handshake between anyone, right? Not just men, but like a firm, good handshake shows that it shows me at least that you have a little bit of self-respect,
right?
Like, because I mean, it's 2025, sure, like the handshake's outdated and what it says, but honestly, I think the handshake's so deeply ingrained into society now that a handshake's going to tell me a lot, right? Like, don't half-ass it. Don't try to crush my hand, right? Like, give me a good handshake. Let me know, hey, I'm in the room, just like you said.
And you got to moderate it too, depending on the person, right?
Well, yeah, dude.
Of course.
I'm not going to, like, fucking, shake, a lady's hand and, like, blast her.
But some ladies got some great.
Sure,
dude.
cool, and I'll match it, right? But, like, off the break, I'm not gonna try and break a hand. Nor with any guy, right? Like, you and I have big hands, dude. So like, when I go to shake people's hands, I keep that in mind.
Well, you know when it's coming in too, like, cause there's like
that elbow kicks back, bro. Like, they're loading that bitch up. Like they're powering up from Dragon Ball Z.
Cocking it back like a shotgun.
Go, dude. That's silly. Hell yeah. Man, I don't even know what this podcast is about anymore with this episode, but I love it. I hope you guys are enjoying it, listening at home.
So, the man in the mirror, who you are when nobody is looking. Question to the audience.
Sure.
Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you are alone and you are acting in a way that you do not want anyone to see?
Ooh. Yeah, let's go. So, when you go to answer this question, right, you can go under our Spotify or our Apple Podcasts, leave a comment, or you can shoot Ben and I a message on Instagram if you follow us.
Facebook for me. I'm getting the Instagram, don't worry.
You gotta do. I thought you already had an Instagram.
I do, but I'm not logged into it because I did a what was it, like a 2-year stave from all social media except for YouTube because I really like construction reels and exercise reels.
Wait, back up. Construction reels? What type of construction reels?
All the construction. Framing, roofing.
Right, let's do this. Let's do this and then we're going to end this podcast.
Okay.
Or end this episode. I don't know, maybe not. We'll see what this tangent goes on. I thoroughly love the Russian, like backwoods construction, whatever
The
TikToks.
loggers.
No, not just where they're like survivalists, and they make these like gnarly shelters with just like an axe, and they've got like a fire moat around it with like punji sticks so animals can't get through. You go in, they've got like a wood stove in there, and they've completely made everything out of out of the woods, right? Like they've got dirt under their fingernails from like 18 years of doing this, right? But like I watched it on like 3x speed. It's like fast because I don't. It's just and they're getting it done. That's cool.
That's the epitome of like Sigma Wolf. I am gonna do this by myself in the woods and build a log cabin.
Yeah, dude. Could be. I don't want to say anything too bad about the Russians, dude, because they're a little scary.
I know. I hope. Well, shout out to the Russians.
No, we're not doing that either.
Shout out to
our survivalists.
The survivalists
from all over the world. I hope you guys don't hear this.
And the content producers for sure.
Yeah. You got anything going on this week, dude? Anything you need people to show up to?
Oh my gosh. So Wednesday through Friday, I coach a fitness class over at Fit to Recover, 6:30 to 7:30 a.m.
Yeah.
Wednesday through Friday. What else do I need people to show up for? Oh my goodness. Show up for your community. Show up for your family. Show up for yourself. Like if you are experiencing any of those, I don't want to say questionable behaviors, but if you have something that you do not want other people to know, talk to somebody about it. Somebody that's safe, somebody that you can trust in, and work it out. You know, like let it come to the surface just enough to where you can understand why it's happening, and you can love yourself through it.
Deep, dude. I love that. I'm sorry I didn't pay attention.
That's all
I was
right.
trying to make sure our recording didn't cut out.
It's all right. That's the persona coming out.
Yeah, let's go. He's so famous. I don't really have anything new to share any support, but Kate, I know, her dance company is doing a dance this Saturday.
What's the company?
A showcase. I can't remember. I know it's the SB. It's SB Dance something.
SB.
The letter S, the letter B.
Yeah.
So they'll be at Fit to Recover this weekend. Same address Ben gave, 1331 South Major Street. But it'll be in 1335, I think, so the other building. But
Creative Arts.
Yeah. Shout out to her dance company for coming through and holding that event. I believe it starts at 7. Show up early because it's going to be pretty busy. Yeah, that's what I got. Dude, thanks for sitting down, man. This is episode 2 in the books. I'm going to try and keep the same title, but it's going to be really hard to summarize this for our Spotify.
That's okay. That's okay.
Our Spotify description. But yeah, love you guys. Thank you for listening. We will catch you next week for episode 3.